All right, everyone, before we start conferring, of course, you all know it's Friday Eve. It's going to be a great day, and tomorrow is Valentine. And we have with us Christine Hernandez and her husband, Mr. Hernandez. And yesterday was their anniversary. You can't get any closer to Valentine's than that. And they're still together. Yay! And enjoying each other's company. All right, everyone, please confer. All right, for anybody out there who has not planned for Valentine's Day, and I know there's many, because whenever I go to the HEB, I see guys grabbing the last of the dead flowers. So my understanding, I think at midnight, maybe, is it at midnight they're doing the mass wedding for free?
Yes.
So you can get your flowers today and do a surprise for your wife. Maybe she'll appreciate it. Maybe she won't. I don't know. But that's a romantic gesture. That and probably a boat ride on the Riverwalk. All right. It is not cold outside. Spoken like people who are from the deep South. But Sean, San Antonio is the only place I know where when it's 100 degrees, everybody is, it's too hot. And everybody says, "Ooh, I wish there was some cool weather." Then the cool weather comes, it's too cold. There's just no pleasing some people. Mother Nature does the best she can do, and you all are not appreciative. Drink some hot tea.
It's cool weather, but it's cold. Right now it's cold.
Feels great. Should I order everybody to wear short sleeves? The people from Colorado are not having any problems with the cold weather here. I saw people walking around with just shorts on. Oh, so Deputy Laura, what they have is at midnight, they're having a wedding ceremony. The first 50 couples receive a rose from the Last Straw Florist Shop. Then at 10 a.m., they have another wedding ceremony. And then 12 p.m., there's an unveiling of the love stamp. And then at 2 p.m. is the final ceremony. I see guys looking at me, they're really intent because they had no plans.
Is there a mass no contest divorce?
No, but you can put your cards down. You can bump into people and give them your card.
The Valentine wedding.
You know what? They should consider doing that.
No contest divorce.
Yeah. Court is calling 2024 CR 1605 State versus Jesus Alejandro Herrera. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
for the defense?
Kelly Piddle.
And are you Mr. Herrera?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have a motion to revoke that set, and also the court is in receipt of a motion to set bond. Are you wanting to proceed on the motion to set bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, State, have you had a chance to review the motion and confer with defense counsel?
Yes, we have, Your Honor.
And it appears that you all have an agreement of a bond of $2,500. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, State, you may be excused.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Herrera, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give would be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Jesus Alejandro Herrera.
All right, Mr. Herrera, the questions I'm going to ask you are not about the motion to revoke. It's just questions to determine what conditions should be set for your bond. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so have you ever been diagnosed with any type of mental health issues?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been on any type of mental health medications?
No, Your Honor.
Have you ever seen a psychiatrist?
No, Your Honor.
In the past, notice what I'm saying, in the past,
Yes, Your Honor.
have you ever used any type of illegal substance, marijuana, or anything else?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
All right. And in the past, how often were you using?
Every day for 10 plus years.
All right.
Yeah. What substance? Marijuana mainly, and alcohol.
All right. All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court will set your bond at $2,500. All right, your bond will be set at $2,500, and the court is going to order 60 sober meetings in 60 days. And there'll be random UAs, waive fees. All right, the sober meetings are sober support meetings. They're your AA meetings or NA meetings, so you'll need to do those, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything else, defense?
Does he get a list of locations to where he can take those meetings from pretrial or from probation?
Well, he can find them online as well. It depends on what city, what part of the city you live in, but they have them all over. If for some reason you can't find one, they'll, pretrial will let you know where they're located. But if you go online and just Google sober, put in sober support meetings, because sometimes if you put in AA meetings, it doesn't pop up anymore. It pops up as sober support meetings.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're off the record. The next thing we need to do is we need to set this motion. State, family violence, are you on the number ones that are alleged? One is abandonment and the other one is deadly conduct.
I think the deadly conduct should be CTD judged. I guess the child case should be technically be family violence, but I think CTD probably could handle it.
All right,
Sorry, I don't want to be presumptuous.
that's okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reset this for a hearing in 30 days to make sure that your council has the discovery on the new number ones. After that date, it's gonna be a quick turnaround for a contested hearing if there is not a proposed agreement reached. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset. All right, your next court date will be March 17th. If you'll make sure he has a reset form.
Yes, ma'am.
And counsel, if you need a copy of the order, you may take it to the back, but return it to the clerk that's out here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, just have a seat in the box.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you. Jessica Lopez. All right, so on this case, where are we on discovery?
Judge, so I think all the discovery from the state has been tendered. I have conferred with Vince today and they have provided me with additional things that I need to consider. And so at this point, I'm not prepared to make an offer. And so I'm asking for one setting to review what they've given me and meet with my complainant. And then I'd be prepared to do something at the next setting.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset. We'll call it a discovery setting, but you'll need to be prepared to tender an offer.
Yes, Judge.
Is there anything else from the defense?
No,
No,
nothing.
you're
All right, what date, Ms. Ferguson?
17th, Judge.
All right, so it will be March 17th. Just have a seat. Your attorneys will be in the reset form. Once you sign that, you're excused.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jaylin Zavala. So today is plea deadline date. Are you all entering into an agreement or you're asking a jury trial?
We're asking for a jury trial, Judge.
All right, how long do y'all expect this jury trial to last?
3 days.
I agree.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date, criminal trial division. It's a DWI with child,
Yes, ma'am.
probably 2 days. All right, so we're going to be back on Juneteenth for your jury trial. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court if you decide to enter into a plea bargain agreement. Do you understand?
Yes.
And counsel, you received all discovery?
I have, Judge.
All right, if you all could make sure that an acknowledgement of discovery has been completed because I don't have one.
Yes, Judge.
All right, if you'll have a seat, your attorney will bring your reset form.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Terran Trevino. All right, on this case, where are we on
Because
discovery?
this is first appearance and things are
Everyone, please whisper.
things are extremely confusing. I have a police report for this case. I have videos and a lot of other reports on a totally different case.
Okay.
DA's office file is exactly the same. So they've got to get some things straightened out so I can
So the discovery is that you received is not the discovery for this case.
have a police report for this case. The rest of the discovery is not what we did.
All
Same
right.
situation in his file. So we need all to get this thing straightened out.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need this case recalled in 3 weeks for discovery. All right, we're gonna bring you back on March 6th for discovery. You need to make sure you're on time. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I was here on time. I was waiting outside. I didn't know what to come in. It's my first.
Okay, so now you know, I had a client who would never come into the courtroom. And I kept telling her the courtroom is not in the hallway. And she did it every time. And I told her, I do not like having to beg a judge, please do not put my client in jail. They're outside in the hallway. So just make sure, now you know, so you'll know to be in, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
have a seat and your attorney will bring you the reset form. And as soon as you receive the reset form and you sign it, you're excused.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. I know your wife, you probably already have everything available. Not waiting till the last minute like some of the guys. All right, Isaac Valles. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I cannot complain. It's a beautiful day, although people are complaining about the cold. Why? I do not know.
I heard you say before, the same one to say it's too hot here. I can't,
Yes.
I'm gonna fall out.
So when people bring that up, I hope you are here to remind them what they said on this day.
Yeah, I think they want to live in Hawaii or something.
You know, I've never been. That's on my list. All right, so today is the final plea deadline date.
We need a trial day.
All right. How long do y'all expect this trial to last?
Oh, 2 days, maybe.
All right.
I'm sorry.
3 days.
3 days. 2.5.
But he says 2, so it's gonna be 2. All right, Miss Ferguson on Valles, jury trial, 2 days. All right, defense is June 10th, soon enough for you?
It is, Judge. Sounds like a lucky day.
All right, so your jury trial is gonna be June 10th. The court will not consider any plea bargaining agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plead open to the court. Do you understand?
I understand.
All right, my other question is, of course, I don't have the acknowledgement of discovery. So if you all could have that done and sign it before you leave.
Yes, Judge.
And the last notes that were here from the previous judge is that there are new charges, new felonies pending. Is that the case or no?
That is correct.
All right, so I'm assuming,
You want to know what they are, Judge?
well, no, have they been indicted? Is that going to impact this trial?
2 are felonies, pre-indictment. 1 is a misdemeanor.
All right, so counsel, do you have the discovery on the pre-indictment cases?
No.
All right, so are you listed as his attorney on the pre-indictment cases?
Yes.
All right, so if you can make sure that he has discovery for that, because we're going to go to trial on June 10th. And if he has not received discovery for that and you all are planning to use it, then you may not be allowed to use it.
Understood.
All right, once you sign the acknowledgement of discovery in the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, we're back on the record in 2023 CR 0057.
Sign that.
Could you all please reannounce for the record?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Patrick Hancock from his camera, the defendant.
All right, it appears that you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1. Let's see, just one moment. Less than 1 gram, possession less than 1 gram. The range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Did you review the plea bargain agreement with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 months in the Bexar County Jail under 1244, and there's an $800 fine and no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we both sides have worked hard to get to this agreement. She's been in jail for quite a while, so we'd like for you to go along with it.
All right, the court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 6 months in the Bear County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. There's an $800 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Is this a judgment satisfied?
Probably not quite, Judge.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Drugs are dangerous, right? They're dangerous whether they're prescribed by the doctor or whether you're just getting them from other people. The people who sell illegal drugs, they do not care about you. If you end up dying from it, guess what? They're like, oh, well, we have another customer. Don't be that person because the drug you had here was very dangerous. Don't be that person where there's a bite out in the field and somebody has to identify and it's you. You understand? When you're released from custody, if you have a drug issue, if you don't have a support system to help you maintain your sobriety, if I'm still here, you can come back to court and I will help get you to a place or with someone who can help you. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Kasondra Oberlender. Good morning.
I do not believe she's present. I have not been able to make recent contact with her. I made contact with her when I was initially appointed, but I'm.
Do you know if she's on a PR bond or a commercial bond?
I don't know off the top.
All right, let me see. And if she's on a commercial bond,
I want to say she's on a.
did you check with the bondsman maybe?
I have not.
All right, to the clerk, could you check to see if this is a commercial bond or not? It doesn't say so in my system. She's on what? Commercial. All right, do you want to call the bondsman and see if they can get in touch with her before I make a ruling?
Sure.
All right, so if you'll let defense counsel know.
Yes, ma'am.
Ulisses, Gloria, Benitez? Yes. Hello.
Hi, Judge.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Cannot complain.
Super busy, huh?
It happens.
Yes. Yeah, we were here the last time and we were working on a plea that I said we were gonna work it out.
Mhm.
Well, then we find out that we probably made up a deal, even though he
Yes.
speaks perfect English.
Mhm.
The immigration lawyer has been emailing me back and forth.
All right, is your client here?
Yeah, he's in his custody. Judge.
All right, come down, sir.
So the immigration lawyer has been emailing him back and forth. We touched base with him several times this week already. And we touched base with him yesterday and he was calling me this morning. I returned the call this morning.
Mhm.
But I think what he's doing, these guys do, the immigration people do check with immigration to know his status. That's probably what he's doing. So I was gonna ask to not to push the guy because I did call him this morning, the immigration lawyer. It went to voicemail. But I was thinking maybe a week. We call it next Thursday, that should give him enough time.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be a plea, Judge. I just wanna have that on record.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this for February 27th. All right,
Okay.
so that's more than a week.
Okay, all right.
All right.
And if I get that letter before, maybe I'll add them on to my buck.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you may be excused. Good seeing you. Michael Rodriguez. So are these two motions to revoke?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And state, is this the same? Good morning. State, is this the same allegation in each motion?
Your Honor. But the state bill offer a motion to withdraw.
All right, and why are we doing a motion to withdraw?
Looked into the circumstances of the criminal trespass. It is not, in my opinion, egregious. Mr. Rodriguez went to a vacant home on a cold night, trying to stay warm because he was homeless. He was not bothering anyone. A neighbor called to report that there were unknown people inside the home. That's how he got arrested. Technically is a criminal trespass, but not the most egregious one that I've ever encountered, and I don't believe a sufficient basis to justify a motion to revoke in this circumstance.
All right, and probation, how has he been doing on probation?
Judge, he hasn't had a chance to report to probation. This offense happened shortly after he was granted, so he's been in custody, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Rodriguez, do you have a place to stay?
Not at the moment, when I get out, yes, ma'am.
All right, so let me explain something to you. You're on probation.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know that the state, and state, you may be excused, I know that the state is saying that this was an abandoned home.
Okay.
It's, homes are really, really truly abandoned. Maybe a relative doesn't know that they've been given the home, right? Nobody likes for people to be on their property or be in their homes when they're not supposed to be. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I know that sometimes people will say, I don't like Haven for Hope because it's not my own space.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, guess what? You don't have any other place to stay.
Sure.
And other places to stay means that you're going to be committing offenses. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So do not come back here for a criminal trespass when there are other places for you to stay. May not be the best place, but it's a place.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court? Oh, yes. All right. So as I was explained to you before, if there's an issue, you need to pick up the phone and call probation. This whole criminal trespass thing probably could have been avoided if you would picked up the phone and call probation and say, I don't have a place to stay. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
He's gonna sit down so he could sign off on the alternate
We're
condition.
not authorized, she didn't authorize any of the conditions, but I do want to make sure you.
And let me give you the other one. Judge. Let me find it. Ah, here we are. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Who is here on Iyesha Esparza?
Motion substitute, Judge.
Thank you. Hi.
Morning, how you doing?
All right. So where is Iyesha Esparza? Is she on the docket today?
She is, Judge.
All right, if she'll come forward. All right, and I will sign the motion, and you're asking that Mr. Woodard be your attorney?
No, Your Honor, the other way around. Mr. Guetta, Martin Guetta is substituting in.
Okay. All right, so what I can tell you is Mr. Guerra is going to be out and he's not going to be available until the end of March. You understand?
Yes.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, sir.
set this for a contested hearing on March 27th. All right, and council, I'll sign the motion to substitute.
Thanks, Judge. May I be excused?
Just give us a moment.
Yes. Yes, you may be
you.
excused.
Mrs. Esparza, here you go.
And Mr. Guerra is retained, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
She's ready to go.
Yes,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. Make sure you're on time next time. Okay. All right, thank you. You too. Council? All right, what update do you have? And is it Oberlender?
Oberlender?
Yes.
Excited to
Yes.
spell it. So spoke with the bond company. They haven't had contact with her since July. Phone numbers.
All right. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 0125530, State versus Kasondra Oberlender. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Andrew Harris, Salem.
defense?
Roberto Ambrosino.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:26 a.m. Counsel, have you had any contact with your client?
I have not been able to make contact.
All right, state.
With it on an issue warrant.
All right, that will be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. Vincent Arredondo,
Good morning, Judge.
good morning. Come down. Mr. Arredondo, where are you? Oh, thank you. Okay. All right,
Hey,
yes.
Good morning, Judge. We're requesting a reset of this case. I think this might be our first setting on it.
Yes.
And as you know, we're in trial right now and Megan's back at the office working on some things. So we'd request maybe 30 or 45 days.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can have this recalled for 30 days for discovery.
Sounds good.
All right, March 18th, and state on March 18th on Arredondo, you need to be prepared to tender an offer. All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. James Ross,
Yes.
court is calling 2024 CR 008733, State versus James Ross Jr.
Yes, Judge.
Could I have the parties announced for the record for the state,
Jason Garahan.
for the defense?
Orlando Castellano.
And are you Mr. James Ross Jr.? All right, you're gonna need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams? Normally, the range of punishment for that is 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If the state proves the repeat offender enhancement allegation beyond a reasonable doubt to the court, then your range of punishment will be anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Do you understand?
Yes.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. You are to agree that you've been previously convicted of 1 or more felonies for purposes of enhancement. Punishment is to be assessed at 8 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends community supervision, and there's to be restitution to the SAPD for lab testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
I'm a little bit cloudy, Your Honor.
Okay, uncloud your mind.
I think he's heard that it was to be sentenced at 8 years in prison, but I think he did not hear the part where it was recommended for probation and that he was applying for probation.
All right, I'll repeat. Your plea bargain agreement, the state and the defense and yourself have agreed to proceed on count 2 only. Do you understand?
I do.
You are to agree that you've been previously convicted of 1 or more felonies for purposes of enhancement. That's that repeater count that's in the indictment. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's a $2,000 fine. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's a recommendation for community supervision. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's to be restitution to the San Antonio Police Department for laboratory testing of the drugs. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you are revoked, you're looking at 8 years in the prison. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you understand that to be your plea?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea.
It is, Judge.
State is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 8 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
I do, Your Honor.
Then to count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
To the repeater enhancement paragraph, how do you plead? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. The court will find the enhancement true based upon your plea of true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge, I just asked that you follow the plea agreement.
All right, are you employed?
Not yet, Your Honor.
When's the last time you had employment?
Right before I was arrested on the 13th.
Doing what?
Modeling, acting,
I'm sorry, what?
modeling, acting.
I understood also that he was participating in research studies as well. Is that right?
All right, you say modeling and acting. Where might I have seen you? And in what might I have seen you?
In catalog modeling.
All right, what catalogs?
JCPenney's.
JCPenney still has a catalog? What year would that have been?
23, 22.
All right, I'm gonna look that up. What were you modeling in 23 in the catalog?
Here in San Antonio.
I had a client, Judge, who actually was a model as well. He was modeling, I think, JCPenney's Hager pants and such.
What's his name? James Ross?
It was
Jr.?
not, but
So you say modeling and then you say acting?
Well, acting hadn't taken off yet. I just started the classes.
Oh, so you were in classes for acting. Because I will tell you, I watch a lot, so
They were.
I would have seen you if you what you were in.
I was auditioning for it.
For what?
New Tyler Perry movie,
And what is that?
Stranger Things. And also Scream 7. I got the emails if you want to see them.
Oh, yeah, I would love to see the emails for this. Michelle, maybe we can be in a Tyler Perry movie. I knew there was something about him because his name is actually the name of J.R. Ewing's son in Dallas, James Ross Jr., J.R. Ewing.
Never watched the show.
Oh my gosh.
I work on that.
Did you?
And you're in Texas? Okay.
I
So-
watched Knight Rider.
Knight Rider, but not Stingray. Well, the Knight Rider you watched, was it the new version?
Oh, no.
Or the old one?
With the Ha.
Oh, who used to be in Young and the Restless as Snapper Foster. But okay, enough about that. And he was also the second Snapper Foster, not the original one.
I was more of a General Hospital person myself, Judge. So
Oh, wow. Huh. The Quartermains?
I don't remember because I watched it with my aunt. So
Okay. He's like, what are they talking about?
I know.
All right, so here's my question for you. In the past, what have you used? Drug-wise?
Marijuana, codeine, promethazine,
Mhm.
marijuana, codeine, promethazine,
Okay.
Xanax.
That will mess up your face if you want to be an actor.
No,
You know,
I'm done with the drugs all the way.
all right, they say acting is for the young. And do you have any children? Age? When's the last time you saw your 2-year-old? Mhm. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 9 years. $2,000 fine, that will be probated, restitution to SAPD for laboratory testing. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. 100 hours will be deducted. For parenting classes, I'm gonna order parenting classes. And I tell you what, this is some incentive to improve acting skills. You may be acting right now, which is great acting. If you provide proof that you were actually in the JCPenney catalog in 2023, not 22, but 2023, I'll deduct 10 hours of community service restitution, and I'll deduct the remaining 90 if you actually are in the Tyler Perry series or someone series. Not as an extra, because those are just people in the background. You understand? If you have speaking lines, I'll waive the remaining of the hours, and that will give you incentive to work on your acting skills. All right, there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. Ms. Abrams, how long will it take for a TAP evaluation in custody and out of custody?
Judge, in custody, I need a out of custody longer.
When we say longer, what are we thinking for out of custody? All right, here's the thing. You're going to be tested on a regular basis. I can keep you in jail for the 2 weeks for the TAP evaluation, or I can let the TAP evaluation be out of custody.
But I know he wants to be out of custody, Judge, and that's part of reason we were here is to address that, but we were able to resolve this case. And so I believe that he's motivated to be released. And so if there's
What
other
do you
conditions.
say? Here's the thing, your attorney is not going to be the one on probation, it's you. So we can do the TAP evaluation in custody or out of custody, but I'm telling you, if you end up testing positive for drugs while you're out of custody, they're going to bring to me a motion to revoke or tell me what's happening with you. Then you and I are going to have another conversation, and that conversation may or may not result in you doing a TAP evaluation in custody.
Out of custody,
All right, TAP evaluation out of custody, follow recommendations. There should be 90 sober meetings in 90 days, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And there's to be no contact with Mark Daniel Lewis. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Just understand, you said 90,
Sober meetings in 90 days. So every day you need to do a sober meeting for 90 days. Those are your AA meetings or NA meetings. You can either do AA meetings or NA meetings, but they're called sober support meetings now. If you go online, you can find one that is near you.
and to get a job too.
Yes. All right, we can go off the record. I know I sentenced you to 9 months probation. I'm sorry, 9 years probation. You're like, yay, 9 months. If you complete everything early, you can always come back and ask for early termination. You understand? All right, and this court, to be successful, you need to stay in communication with your probation officer. If you have an issue, let them know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court and speak to me. You understand? All right, good luck to you. They'll go over your conditions with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Christopher Beltran. Are you all proceeding on the motion?
Judge, I'm asking the court for a couple of weeks reset on this one so I can do some research on some issues that came up today. I've attempted to do it, but I haven't been able to get the information.
All right. And State, do you have any objection to the reset?
No, Judge, we talked about it and I tried to assist him, but I wasn't able to, so I think we're working towards the resolution, once he's able to find what he needs to.
All right, Norma, on this case, I need a 2-week reset, please. Keep it in this month.
February 27th.
All right, we're gonna bring you back on February 27th. Council, this will be the last reset.
That's fine, Judge. I think I'm out of county on the 27th, so I may be late. If that's what I would.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you.